So I figured along with the picture, I would just go through as an example. So the problem was 205 divided by 11. And the emphasis with partial quotients is that you're making groups of the divisor. How many groups of the divisor are in the dividend? And you can do this by showing them like repeated subtraction. Like if you subtracted 11 over and over and over again, and then count up how many times you subtracted, that's how many groups of 11 are in 205. So the emphasis on this is that you don't have to subtract 11 one at a time. You can make groups of 11 to take out of the 205. And it doesn't matter how many groups you take out at once. So if I look at 205 and I think of my 11's facts, I can say, okay, I'm gonna take out 10 groups of 11. What's 11 times 10? 110. So I'm gonna subtract those groups from the 205 and I get 95. Then I look at this problem, I say, okay, how many groups of 11 can I take out of 95? Well, I know 11 times 8 is 88, so let me take out 8 groups of 11, which is 88, and then I have 7, which is my remainder. And then I add up my partial quotients, and I have 18 remainder 7. What's great about this method is that it doesn't have to be exact. So I'll show you the other example that's on the page. It's the same problem, 205 divided by 11, and it's the same emphasis on how many groups of 11 are in 205. 10 is always a good place to start. If you can take out 10 groups, just get rid of 10 groups right away. What's 10 groups of 11? What's 10 times 11? It's 110 again, and I have my 95. Let's say your kids didn't know their 11's facts, so they didn't know how close to get. They can really just pick any number. So I think in the problem it was 3. So they can take out, okay, 3 groups of 11. What's 3 groups of 11? That's 33. Let's subtract those from my total. 5 minus 3 is 2. I have 62. Okay, I'm going to take out another 3 groups of 11. That's another 33. And that's 29. Okay, well, I can't take out another group of 3. Oh, but I can take out a group of 2. So 11 groups, or 2 groups of 11, or 11 groups of 2 is the same thing, is 22, and that's where I get my 7. I add up my partial quotients, 10 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2, that's my 18, remainder 7. So you get the same thing, you're just subtracting different amounts of 11 each time. So I always introduced it by doing it like repeated subtraction. So I would do minus 11, minus 11, minus 11, minus 11. And then say like, okay, well, what if I grouped 3 of these groups of 11 together and took them all out at once? And then kids tend to normally understand like, oh, they connect it easier to long division because they can recognize like more of what it actually is.